Hello to my beautiful family of light. Yes, that means you. I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Claudia, and I'm happy to have you here. Whether you're returning or a first-time viewer, I want to welcome you and hope that you enjoy what I have to talk about. My channel is all about going from clueless to awareness that we're something more than we think we are, that there is this guidance, something bigger than you or me at work in our lives, and that something is within us. And so with that in mind, I want to actually spend a little bit of time with an addendum to yesterday's video posting, which was called Resistance is Feudal. And you know, I went to bed last night. I'd watched it several times and I just thought there's something kind of missing here. Well, interesting, what was missing is that I'm absolutely clueless about what is happening in my life. And if you go through my videos of my soul's journey, beginning in, it was the end of September, so just a few months of last year, you can pick up any place along the way and you will realize that my feelings, I had no emotions, no feelings. I couldn't express a thought. I couldn't act on. There was no such thing as a desire. I had suppressed everything as a result of my upbringing during childhood. Now, that's not necessarily typical, right? But it's also something that people may or may not work out of. What's interesting to me is, just going back through some of those videos, that as I got older, little things are eking out, and I'm becoming aware, more aware that there's stuff. Why am I thinking this or feeling that? And there's no memory connected with it. I had buried things so deeply that when you do that, when there's pain and suffering and self-blame, then the subconscious takes that information and pushes it down in, and it says, listen, the next time that feeling is kind of approaching, I'm going to steer you over here. We don't want to go back into all that pain and suffering at all. You don't need to go revisit that. Now, that's a protective, it thinks it's trying to protect you, and for me, it was working beautifully until my life, progresses. And that's what this is about. I think there's something in this that you can relate to too. And that's why I tell these stories. I tell you my story because I'm an open book. My life is, there's no judgment here. We all came here to experience what it's like to live as a soul in a third dimensional, this human form on this, planet with God over here nudging us and the world out here talking to us. And it's a kind of a loud, obnoxious voice sometimes. Nobody wants to have the car break down, but I still got to deal with it. But God's over here saying, it's okay. You're going to be all right. I've got your back. And I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it until a long time down the road. Anyhow, that's what these videos are about. Yesterday's was this experience of my life disintegrating around me and me being clueless as to why or even connecting any dots. And so that's really what I wanted to visit with you about. When I come back from, in this video, I go to Washington State for a death in the family. And when I return to my home 3 states away, I'm unsettled. Things are not right. And it had started when I left. When I got back, my boyfriend and love of my life, it's like a switch had been flipped, and he had gone into alcoholic episodes apparently while I was gone, but he didn't come out of it when I got back. And so within 3 weeks I ended the relationship because I couldn't, there was no, the person that I knew had left into the alcohol, and so I had to separate myself from that abusive thing that was happening. And so now I'm without my 3-year companion. And additionally, within a couple of days of seeing my boyfriend, I go back to work, and my job has been taken from me. It's been given to somebody else. There's been some upgrades over there, and I'm basically being pushed out. So I still have a job, and I can stay there and keep earning my living, but it's not a comfortable environment at all. There's nothing of value in it for me at this point. So, an individual who's very meaningful to me, my job, are now gone. That was in April of 93. By August of 93, my landlady lets me know the house that I'm in is being sold. And I have a couple of months before I have to move out. And so now I'm losing everything, but I'm not connecting any dots. And I'm feeling anxious and upset, but I'm resisting what it's leading to. I'm clueless. I'm absolutely clueless, but I'm getting upset. And I'm suppressing that because that wasn't allowed when I was growing up either. So can you see it? Can you see what's happening here? Interestingly enough, for me, I resisted that entire winter, and by January, then I'm saying to God, let's make a deal. I'll go back to Washington for a while, because my brother, another brother, had called, invited me to come to work back in Washington. So I had an out, but if you will understand, I grew up in a house of 7 men. I was abused mentally, emotionally, physically, and I didn't want anything to do with any of that. And so I was resisting, even, my out was showing itself to me. So anyhow, I want you to just connect a few dots for me. It took me all this time until now. I had written about all of these things, so I've referred to my notes as I'm editing this book. I still didn't really connect that something more significant is going on, and I'm going to talk about that in the next video as I approach. This is now August of 94, in which I come back from Washington, encounter all of these, the final piece. And so that's where I'm going to pick up next. So I hope you'll join me. My life gets more exciting all the time, doesn't it? I tell you, From Clueless to Awareness is a really good title for this, because it takes me a long time to become aware that there's something bigger than me at work in my life. So I hope you'll stay with me. Until the next video, that I love you this much. These arms go all the way around you and around this planet. Be good to yourself, loving and kind. Be good stewards of each other, and love your neighbors. Love everybody on this planet is all of our Creator, all of them. There's no distinction about anything here. Every single human is here for their reason, and we'll go into that later. And be kind, generous, and loving, right? And until I see you then, oh, please like and subscribe. You know, those two things don't cost a thing, just a click of the button. And it helps this channel to grow. It helps me to get more information out there. And so please do that if you find it in your heart to do that. And until I see you the next time and in the next video, please be well, stay safe, be happy, and know beyond your imagining you are loved more than you know. Till next time, see you later.